Good morning, guys. How y'all doing this morning? This is Robert here with Slow Life Trading. Uh, we had a video that we put out of one of my students talking, and I think, I loved interviewing him, and Robert is turning into a very good friend of mine now. And I love it. But today, I got a good subject for you guys. I'm going to talk about dollar cost averaging. Okay. First, let me explain to you what dollar cost averaging is. If you do it textbook, what dollar cost averaging is taking the same amount of money and buying a particular stock, option, mutual fund, or whatever it is, making that purchase every month on the exact same day. Okay? Well, I love the S&P 500, and they have at least three forms of the S&P 500 in the stock market. Okay, and they have more than that, but these are three that I keep up with. They have the $ SPX. Okay, you can't buy this stock, you can only trade options against it. They have the minis, which is the spiders. It's the SPY, and it's roughly about 10% of the SPX. You can buy this stock and you can trade options on it, and you can trade options on it daily. Okay? And it's a lot cheaper than the SPX, but if you wanted to day trade it, it's hard to do because the option premiums are so cheap until it'll eat up all your money in commissions. Okay? And then you have the RSP. The RSP is a fund that's created by, I can't remember which company created it, but anyway, it's an equally weighted fund. And what I mean by equally weighted fund is with the regular SPX and the SPY, they're not equally weighted. They take all these 500 companies and they give them a higher ranking if their book value is more. For instance, with 500 companies, if you divided it evenly, they would all only get 20%. No, 0.20%, which wouldn't be 20%. It would be 1% divided by 5. Okay. So they would only get 1/20th of 1% to make it all equally if you divided it equally. I think that's right. Let me calculate that up. If you took 500, that clear, 500, and you divide it by 500, anyway, I can't figure it. For some reason, I'm losing my mind on that. But I think they get, because if it was 500 divided by 1, they would all get by 100%. That's what it is. It's 100 divided by 500. There you go. Yeah, they would get 0.2%. Okay? 0.2%, not 1%. 0.2%. Actually, it's 0.2%, 0.2%. Okay? That's what they would all get if they was all equally weighted. They all would carry the same amount of weight in if one stock goes up and one stock, in other words, if you had these 500 stocks, if 250 of them went up $1 and 250 of them went down $1, the whole RSP would be even because they're all equally weighted. Whereas in the regular SPX, they're not equally weighted. Okay? So if 250 of them went up $1 and 250 of them went down $1, it depends on which one of them went up a dollar, went down a dollar. Let me just give you an example. I think companies like Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, they carry somewhere between a 2 to 3% of the S&P 500. That's a lot. And then you got some companies that don't even carry 0.2%, okay? Because it's based on their book value. Anyway, I'm just kind of letting you know how this is set up. So when I'm going to do something like a dollar cost averaging, I think the safety lies in all of them being equally weighted. So when I do this dollar cost averaging, I'm going to do it on the dollar cost averaging. I mean, on the RSP, because it's equally weighted. Now, let me tell you some other things I'm going to do. I'm going to start this on, I'm going to say that we're going to buy one share of the RSP on the 20th of each month. Now, we know we can't buy it at the 20th of each month because sometime the 20th is going to fall on a Sunday, sometimes it's going to fall on a Saturday, sometime it'll be a holiday. So we're going to put it either on the 20th or the last day that the market is open before the 20th. Okay? That's what I'm basing this example on. Okay, now we're going to start from January and we're going to go all the way to December. And we're going to look at today's price right now. And it's the middle of the day, the market is moving, but the RSP right now is at 144.44. Let me tell you another thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to count the change. I'm just going to give you the price of the dollar price of the RSP on that date. Okay. Now let me show you this right quick. Okay, this is a 1-year chart of the RSP. Okay, you see it moved up. Each one of those lines is $5. You can see it was as high as 160, but it went down as low as 125, which is a 35-point move. If you was able to buy it when it was really, really low, that means at the end of the day, your average cost is going to be about the same. Now, if we look at it from a year ago to the day, when it was at about, let me see where it was here, just a second. Right here, you see my mouse moving right here, and we going at the close of the price. It was at 155.37, okay? And then you get to where it is now, it's at 144.50. So based on that, you would be down about, if you would have bought all these 12 shares at one time at the beginning of the year and then wrote it out through the whole year, right now you would be down roughly about $11. Okay? And if you take that $11 times 12, you would be down $132. Okay? Okay, now. Okay, I'm back. Now, I'm finna break this down to you. Now, I wrote all this on paper so I wouldn't have to go on my memory, because if you guys know, my short-term memory, man, once you start getting older, it disappears, okay? So here we go. You can keep up with these numbers yourself, or you can just listen to me tell them to you. Here we go. On January the 20th, you buy one share for $155, okay? On February the 18th, you buy another share, $153. It went down. And then on March the 18th, you buy another share for $157. Went back up. Then on April the 20th, you buy another share for $158. Okay? And then on May the 20th, you buy another share for $141. And then on June the 17th, you buy another share for $131. It's a big drop down from $155. Okay? And then on July the 20th, you buy another share for $140. On August the 19th, you buy another share for $149. On September the 20th, you buy another share for $136. On October the 20th, you buy another share for 129. On November the 20th, you buy another share for 144. And on December the 12th, you buy another share for 139. Okay? When I take all of those 12 days, 12 months shares, and divide them all up, it comes out to be 1732. That's the total when I add them all up. And then I divide it, it come out to be 144.33. Okay? Now, what did I tell you the price of the stock was today? 144.44. I saw it go up to 144.50, but let's just say it's at 144. So basically, even though if you would have bought all 12 of these in the first month, you would be down $132 because you're down $10 and some change. If you would have just bought it on the same day, in this example, bought one share each month, okay, right now you would be even. Now, it could go down from 144 and you would be down. And it can go up from 144 and you could be up. And that's why this is a long-term strategy. This is a strategy that you use when you don't have a whole lot of money, but you can set yourself up for the future just by doing dollar cost averaging. And what you're not doing is you're not trying to play which way the market is going. If it's going up, if it's going down, all you doing is just you averaging your price. Your price is going to get averaged over time. The cheaper it gets in the near future, the better for you. The more expensive it gets towards after you start getting a lot of shares, and that's supposed to be the goal because over time it should increase in value. You're going to profit more. This is just one of the basic things that you can learn in slow life trading. When you get more money, what I can do, okay, with this strategy, you have to add the money to it. Okay? You can exchange this strategy and start doing collars. When you do collars, you can do two things. You can add more money to it, just the same, or you can let the money, it depends on how much money you have, you can let the money that you're going to make from the market doing this same collar buy you more shares at a cheaper price. Okay? You can do it once a month, just like we just did, on a certain day if you want to, or you can monitor it and see which days that the market moves the most, and you can do it that way. The number one goal in either one of these, you want this stock to move. Preferably in dollar cost averaging, you want it to move down in the beginning. And after you in it for 5 or 6 years, it can slowly move up if you want to. But that's not even good. You really want it to keep going up and down, because that's going to allow you to get it cheaper. But you don't want to just keep seeing it cheaper because it can make you think that, I don't know about this. But you see how dollar cost averaging can work for you. My kids are young, and this is what I'm putting them in, along with their 401ks and all that kind of stuff on their job. This is something that you can do on your own, and it can get you started into learning how to manage your money. Okay? And then if you go from there to learning how to do these collars with that, if you don't learn nothing else from the class that I'm teaching but learn how to do collars, that's enough with enough time to explode your wealth. And it can start to create generational wealth because you will learn how to generate money. And if you get enough of it, what's enough? If you generate to the point where you get about 150,000, and then you're able to keep doing this for another 5 or 10 years, and you're making anywhere between, I don't know, you're going to at least average about 12 to 25% a year. And it could be higher than that, but I don't like to advertise that it could be higher than that. I just need to let that happen. But you can average about, I don't know, 20, you could easily average 2% a month. That's about 24% a year. People, that is an awesome return for long-term growth. Anyway, a lot of people don't know what dollar cost averaging is. I wanted to explain it to them in a simple way where they can get it. Uh, just like I explained this in a simple way, I try to explain my strategies in a simple way as well in my classes. And they're not pre-recorded, at least not yet. They're live every second and fourth Thursday of the month for 2 hours. It's an awesome class, guys. Anyway, enough advertising. But anyway, even if you don't get that class, I want you to get this dollar cost averaging because it can do big things for you going down the road. And when I was young, I used to think that only rich people invested in the stock market. People, this is only $150 stock or less, okay? And with Robinhood, you don't even have to buy a whole share. They will allow you to break up a stock and buy it in portions. So if you want to even just put $50 a month, $100 a month, okay, all I suggest you do is save something. Start now while you're young. And if you're not young, start, okay? Anyway, I think that's all I have for this video. I can't think of anything else I want to put out there about this dollar cost averaging. I just mainly wanted to point out that even though it's simple, ain't nothing magic about it. It's just putting money away every month and putting it in a vehicle. Oh, this is what I wanted to explain to you. I may not have done this before, but I want to explain to you why the S&P 500 is such a solid vehicle to invest in. I think I'm going to explain that on another video. This one is starting to get long. Anyway, guys, until the next time, peace out, and I'll see you on the other side.